Live on Extra Frame, Bowling Channel around the world, we welcome you to Grand Central in New York.
I'm Greg Young. I'm from Viera, Florida. I'm 16 years old, and I've been bowling for 8 years. I first started
Rubin. Ashley got choice of lane pattern, and she chose the short.
I see that seems like a great choice for her. She seems to dominate on short, so I think it should be a great match. But I think Haley can keep up with her, and I think it'll be just as good a match as the boys' match.
Two important storylines here. Number one, who will be the girls' champion, Haley or Ashley? Number two, Greg Young is waiting for the girls' champion because we've got a $64,000 championship match coming up after the girls' championship.
I think Greg should be nervous. I think bowling against a girl and having the possibility of losing against a girl is conducive to your ego, so he needs to be ready.
But first, we have a championship match, and let's meet our championship match finalists.
My name is Haley Rubin, and I'm from Brandon, South Dakota. I'm 18 years old, and I've been bowling since middle school. I am so excited to be going to New York. I think it's going to be a really good experience, and I'm just really excited just to be a part of it. I'm going to Waldorf College in the fall. It's in Forest City, Iowa. I'm majoring in music education because music is another one of my passions. I love bowling. It's so different than every other sport. It's kind of a physical game, but it's really a mental game. You have to think about it more than doing it. I really want to thank my family. I couldn't have done it without them.
I'm Ashley Dunn. I'm 15 years old. I'm from Palmdale, California, and I've been bowling for 7 years. Last year, I bowled in Grand Central, and I won the 14 and under division. I really didn't get to go sightseeing in New York, so if I have a chance to do that, I would love to do that. In Illinois, they actually teach you bowling in PE, so they set up like plastic bowling pins, and like you have rubber bowling balls, so that kind of is what got me into bowling. The most important shot is your next shot, so if something goes wrong, don't let it turn into like a bad game or something.
We are ready for action. Top-seeded Ashley Dunn, second-seeded Haley Rubin are ready. Best of three. Mike J. Laneside back in the booth. Brian Zeisig, thank you so much for taking the trip into the city. It's good to see you and spend some time and get your expert commentary today.
No problem.
And Jason Thomas, the bowling guy, is also with us. And we are ready for action. Best of three games. And Haley Rubin says, let's get going. Now that is the proper way to start a Teen Masters Girls Championship. Great crowd assembled here of friends and family of bowlers and bowling fans, and take a look at the assembled masses of New York City making their way to and fro at Grand Central left and right as we begin our Girls Championship.
Little known fact, Mike J., I actually start my league night every night just like that.
I would hope so. Here we go, best of three. We're going to crown a girls champion for you, and then that winner will go on to the Grand Championship to face Greg Young. Oh, 7-10 split opener for Ashley.
If you notice, they're now using the short pattern, the ladies. I believe that was picked by Ashley, the ball on the short pattern for this three-game match. The last three-game match that you watched, the boys' championship, they bowled on the 42-foot pattern. So you're going to see much different angle of entry. Both girls will be playing near or at the gutter. A lot more friction back part of the line.
And here's Haley's rooting section supporting her. Best of 3 games. If you joined us earlier during our preliminary round competition, all of those round robin matches were best of 2 with a sudden death final round attached in the event of time. But here we'll go to a third deciding game if necessary. If you just joined us, congratulations to Greg Young, the 2012 Team Masters Boys Champion. Defeated Aaron Uratovich 2-1, and he is seeded into the Grand Championship final for a $64,000 college scholarship. And here's Haley Rubin, bright young lady from Brandon, South Dakota, out of Brandon Valley High School. And we saw plenty of that left hand last night. The left hand is the one she pumps after the right hand delivers the X. Bowling guy, for fans just joining us, Ashley Dunn works with a coach that you find out on the PBA Tour.
Yeah, she works with Mark Baker, Mike J, and she's from the Southern California area. She's worked with him for several years now, and it's no coincidence that she's the top female junior bowler in the world.
7 medals at the recent Tournament of the Americas. And a 10-pin without the 7 this time for Ashley. Her dad is here supporting her.
I know Mark Baker is in the area, as a matter of fact. I know he had a couple of sessions on Long Island this week. He was in Westchester County this past weekend, and I believe he's going to be up at Bradley Bowl this coming weekend. Camp Bakes, I believe it's called. And you're seeing one of the prodigies of Camp Bakes. Converted 10, Ashley Dunn.
No surprise, bowling on the short pattern. Ashley Dunn's choice.
Now, are they bowling on the short or the long pattern in the Grand Championship? That's the question.
I believe it's going to be a coin flip to determine who among the boy and the girl would be considered the top seed.
All right. That needs to hurry.
Best of 3 games here. Girls Championship. Winner advances to the Grand Championship final for the big scholarship prize, $64,000. That's the second year in a row that the Teen Masters program has generated that great prize, which in a lot of places amounts to a full ride scholarship. Somebody today is going to be able to walk up to mom and dad and say, we've got college covered. Follow us on Twitter as well, hashtag Teen Masters if you're social networking today. Good spare, and up comes the left hand for Haley Rubin.
Little different attitude in this match as opposed to the match a few hours ago. A little more sense of urgency here, especially from Haley so far. Ashley's thrown 2 quality shots so far, blower 7-10, ring 10.
I like the strategy. Ashley's going to be sedate, and Ashley's going to be Ashley, and I think Haley says, hey, I want to come out high energy, and I want to take it to her early.
There's a trip 4.
Bowler's best friend, high hit, trip 4. It's a strike for Dunn after flirting with corner pins. Assembled here at Grand Central Terminal. We're in Vanderbilt Hall, just a stone's throw from the main waiting area here in the grand ticket area with the big gold clock that everyone's familiar with. If you look just to the right, people are coming from the terminal, and if you look to the left, that is 42nd Street. Middle of Midtown Manhattan. Unbelievable cool venue, and one of the absolute coolest events out there for youth competition, and we've got the championship match for the girls division right here for you live on your online bowling channel.
All right, there. Haley looks like she's a little bit deeper, a bit further left than Ashley Dunn right now. That's contributing to her light hits. Ashley's a little bit closer to the friction spot, right of 5. Conversion here keeps Haley up by 9. Top spare there. Haley's got 47 in the third. Ashley up 2, strike up in the third. Coming up in the 4th frame. And you're going to see that trademarked intense face of Ashley Dunn as she prepares to try and take a 12-pin lead. Another quality shot there. Ashley having no problem sitting the 1-3. Only problem she has right now is knocking over 10 when she gets there.
Yeah, just to kind of explain how much the back part of the lane is hooking. It's a 35-foot pattern, and the back end is completely dry. And Ashley Dunn yesterday threw a shot on this short pattern that hit the pocket and left a 5-8. So her ball basically just stopped hooking and deflected dead right. And that's something you usually see little kids leave when they play 7th arrow. It's not a very common leave for somebody of Ashley's caliber, especially playing that far to the right.
Once again, Haley with the 2-4-5, 2-5 combination. I think she needs to get at least 3 and 2 further to the right, if not even more. I don't know how comfortable she is playing that close to the gutter, but on this short pattern, the only thing she's going to keep running into there is a little bit more carry down, and that ball's even going to get lighter as the first game goes on here.
Single lane configuration here at Vanderbilt Hall with human pin setters and human ball returns. Big thanks to the volunteers and everyone helping out for this production. And up comes the left hand, and down goes the slash. 2-pin advantage for Ashley Dunn. 5th frame, game 1, best of 3 will determine our girls Team Masters champion for the under-18 division. Coming up next, it'll be our grand championship match. 7 o'clock Eastern time. The winner of this match will take on Greg Young for the $64,000 scholarship. But first, the matter of settling the issue of the Team Masters girls champion for 2012.
See how much closer Ashley Dunn is to the gutter. That ball getting just a little bit too wide. Coming in light, leaving the 2-8. Ideally, it kind of looks like right now Ashley Dunn's break point would be at around the 4 board, maybe the 4-5 board. Haley Rubin probably needs to get a little bit closer to the 5 board in order to get enough hook in the back part of the lane. She seems to be catching a little bit of carry down right now. Ashley converts this, we're going to have an even match going into the bottom of the 5th.
Here comes the cheering section. Cheered her victory last night. As Rubin defeated Melanie Hannon to go 2-0. The troops were fired up last night here at Grand Central. If you missed any of our matches from yesterday, all of that will be available for you on demand on Extra Frame, your online bowling channel, as we will archive the Teen Masters for 2012. Also, lots of action coming up for you in August on our live streaming schedule, PBA Senior Tour, Silverado National, and more. PBA.com, the place to be.
A little better shot there from Haley. It looks like she didn't really move her target much to the right. She did move her feet a little bit. Crept a little bit high. I think that's something she would rather be working off of. A lot of the big differences between when the guys bowl with the higher rev rates and the girls with the lower rev rates is what they consider good shots and what's easier to move off of. For the ones with lower rev rates like the girls here, it's a lot easier to move off of 4 pins and shots that are a touch high than it is to move off of 2 pins. And it's completely the opposite for the guys with the higher rev rates.
Mistake and missed single pin for Rubin. Also, a big thanks to everyone who participated in the Teen Masters program this year. This is not easy at any phase of competition, at the local, at the national, or at this Grand Championship level. These kids are up for the challenge, and part of the challenge is just a 2-ball strike ball opportunity here. You can only use the Ebonite Pursuit or Pursuit S or the Ebonite Cyclone. Those are your only options for strike balls.
Yes, and if you notice, the lower rev players like the girls here, even on the shorter patterns, they will tend to use the more aggressive ball, which is the Pursuit. You see a real good shot there by Ashley. A lot of what that does is it tames down the back end for them. That ball in and of itself will use up a little bit more energy in the front part of the lane, makes the back part of the lane a lot easier to control, considering there's 25 feet of dry after that oil line. And you notice both the girls right now using the Pursuit bowling ball from Ebonite.
So the kids love the challenge and the thrill of being able to compete locally, nationally, now here in New York City. Yes, the big reaction. Rubin down 12 as we enter the 7th, game 1, best of 3. The kids are willing to take on the challenge.
You notice the difference in styles. We've already mentioned it once, with Ashley Dunn being the more subdued of the two. Haley Rubin obviously being the firecracker that she is. She got right up. Right after Ashley threw her strike in the 6th frame, Haley got right up and was up there in a hurry and really threw her shot very quickly after Ashley was done. Notice Ashley taking her time. She's not going to go at Haley's pace. She's going to go at her own pace and throw another really good shot there. Just still having a hard time getting those corners out. Just another spare right now. That missed 7-pin in the 5th frame is your difference in the match. 12 pins going into the bottom of the 7th. Haley can cut it to 2 here with a strike. And I'm sure if she throws this one, we are going to see quite a reaction.
Great shot. Little flat 10, little dead 10 on the center lane. The only lane. It's a 1-lane configuration. Is it easier or is it tougher? Is it a mind game? Do you come in thinking, well, maybe this is easier. It's just 1 lane.
The moves are twice as much, though, if you think about it. I mean, you only have 1 lane to worry about, but the moves do come twice as often. You get, double the amount of games being bowled on the 1 lane as you would on a regular 2-lane configuration. So Haley asking for that one to hook, and it does. Just enough to cover the 10.
So Dunn plus 12, game 1, best of 3. Girls Championship here at the 2012 Teen Masters. Mike J. laneside with the bowling guy Jason Thomas and Brian Zeisig, PBA Tour champ. Took the train into town today. Appreciate you stopping by. calling some great action here in an unbelievably cool setting. We're at Grand Central Terminal, Vanderbilt Hall, Midtown Manhattan, for this Teen Masters Girls Championship. Ring 10, the first of the 10 pins for Ashley. The others have been more of the flat variety.
Yeah, she was a little bit left to target there. She may have moved in a little bit based on her poor carry up till now. That ball did finish a little bit better. Still a little bit behind the dime there. So a conversion here. She'll stay up 11 going into the 8th frame, going into Haley's 8th frame.
Hey, that would have cleared the deck. Ashley kicks up the 10 and rolls it straight across the deck.
Yeah, she's got some ball speed there, especially on her spare ball. But ball speed's not an issue for Ashley.
As you see the good citizens of New York and visitors from all around the world as they make their way in and out of Grand Central Terminal, 750,000 people a day use this facility. Many of them taking part in a little bit of the action yesterday and today. Rubin up in the 8th frame working on the spare.
Better shot there.
Yeah, good shot. Tough carry. Front and back, nothing gets the 7-pin.
Yep, we've talked all day about those dead sidewalls. Seen it a lot here. A couple of flat 10s, 2-3 flat 10s for Ashley. A couple of wall shots for Haley. 7-pin in the 5th frame, 7-pin in the 8th frame now. That under normal circumstances on a regular 2-lane configuration or in your local bowling center may be strikes. Here with the little bit deeper flat cutters, a little bit deader side kicks, they end up being single pin spares. A 12-pin match going into Ashley's 9th frame. Let's see if Ashley keeps that ball a little bit left like she did on her last frame, her last shot. Yeah, it definitely looks like she's moved a little bit left. Maybe catching a little bit of Haley's carry down, making that her hold. High flush.
I mean, if she had any carry whatsoever, this game would be over. Her only open frame was a pocket hit 7-10 in the first.
The only time she's missed the pocket was 5th frame. She left the 2-8. And again, that's one of those things. She's probably fishing around for a little bit better carry and then trying to change her angle. It's more than likely the reason she left the 2-8 in the 5th frame. Yeah, Haley's going to have to make a big adjustment. Her ball looks like it's going a little bit too far left to right based on where she's playing. She's a little bit too deep to be getting her ball to go left to right. You notice her ball's quitting a little bit there at the back end. And that's why the ball's not making the corner. Tough spare here. Need to keep her in the match. Pin lead for Ashley Dunn entering the 10th frame. Any kind of mark and 5 pins, and Ashley Dunn will win game 1. Let's see how intense this face gets here, knowing she's got the hammer. It's as intense as I've seen any shot she's thrown in the last 2 days.
Just drilled it.
And dead flush.
Greg Young is out there somewhere waiting for the champion of the girls Teen Masters, as we will have a grand championship final. Boy versus girl for $64,000 scholarship coming up next here live on Extra Frame. Scheduled for 7 Eastern time. So we'll have a short break after this and then back at 7 for the grand championship. Dunn to close it out here for game 1.
Just needs 2 pins.
10 will do. Thank you very much. Ashley Dunn, winner here in game 1.
And Ashley's ball reaction seems to be getting better and better. Haley is going to have to make a monumental adjustment to match. 10 out of 11 shots in the pocket for Ashley in this game. One of the better 206s I've seen bowled in a while.
As we mentioned, Ashley just finished up the Tournament of the Americas, 7 medals. In fact, she teamed up with Cameron Doyle for mixed doubles gold in the Tournament of the Americas. 206. Now Haley needs to take a few chances here and see what she has in the bag for Ashley in game 2.
Yeah, this is a little different from their first match. The last thing Haley wanted to do on that longer pattern was move further right, and now I think she has no choice. She really needs to get further right, maybe use some of that carry down that she and Ashley have kind of put in that same spot. Looks like the carry down is around 7-8. Maybe get a little right of that through the front part of the lane and use that 7-8 carry down as a little bit of hold for herself. Right now it still looks like she's got 7-8 as hang because of the angle that she's attacking that portion of the lane.
So one more shot.
The other one, I believe. She's going to go to the Cyclone.
See what it looks like going down the lane.
Just to give her eyes something different to look at. My wife says that about me every time I come home from work.
Want something different to look at.
Just kids all day, and then at least you're something different to look at.
206-165, the final here in game 1.
Final score, game number 1, Ashley Dunn 206, and Rubin 165. Rubin must win game 2 to force a deciding game 3.
Let's take a time out and thank our sponsor, our good friends at Dexter.
To ensure maximum performance from your Dexter bowling shoes, it is essential that you take care of them. You know better than to leave them on your feet when you step outside. You could damage your shoes to the point where they'd have to be replaced. Here are some quick tips to keep your shoes in tip-top shape. Put your shoes in protective shoe bags or your bowling bag and store your shoes in cool, dry area. Just don't leave them in the trunk of your car. Whenever you venture outside of the designated bowling area, use your shoe protectors. Don't run to the bathroom or the lounge without them. Take a quick look for any loose sand or debris on your soles. If you find any, take a small plastic bristle brush and gently clean off your shoe. When you remove your shoes after bowling, be sure to untie them. Fight the urge to simply kick them off, even on those rare occasions when you bowl poorly. When you remove your shoes without untying them, you risk unnecessary damage which will shorten the life of your shoes. With proper storage and care, your shoes will last you many games. However, if you're careless with your shoes, you might be replacing them much sooner than you'd like. The more often you use your shoes, the more they will wear down. That's just natural. However, with the SST shoes, you generally won't have to replace the entire shoe. You'll have to just replace the soles and heels. If your slide sole isn't giving you a true slide or isn't sticking to the bottom of your shoe like it should, it's probably time to replace it. Dexter is all about performance and safety, so make sure your shoes are in great condition so you won't have to sacrifice either. At Dexter, we've seen what kind of shoes you wear when you're not bowling, and I have to admit, it's some pretty cool stuff. What we've done at Dexter is try to add some cool style for you to bring into the bowling center and be proud to wear. Guys, check out the intimidating Courage with the samurai on the side or the stealthy Digicam. With options like the Liana, Bubblegum, Joan Monique, and the Andy, now you ladies can have some fun with your bowling footwear.
And we are back to live action.
Haley Dunn has started off with a double. Excuse me, Ashley Dunn has started off with a double. Haley Rubin had a little bit of a difficult first frame, going 4 and then getting 2 on the spare shot. Ashley right now is currently up 24 going into Haley's second frame. Haley's going to need to really make a huge adjustment here. That was a pretty big adjustment there. She moves well right, much closer to where Ashley Dunn's playing. Got a good result there. But Ashley Dunn has only missed the pocket once in the first 12 frames. She's working on a double, can increase her lead to 34 with a strike here in the third. Ooh, and a nice break.
4-pin falls for Ashley Dunn. Up a game, trying to close it out. And the front three here.
For the first time in this tournament, guys, I'm going to say this match is over. It's the first time I felt like somebody's really just picked up the hammer and just, there's no way they can lose.
Had that good of a look, huh?
And I'll tell you what, if she wins that coin flip, I got to pick her in the Grand Championship as well.
And she's got some kind of look on this short pattern.
And Greg Young, he's not a big fan of the short pattern. So it's really, I mean, going to come down to that coin flip in that Grand Championship.
To stay within shouting distance here.
But now she's got to go through the same thing Ashley went through in game one, where you got to figure out how to carry. Now she's got the pocket. Can she carry? And Ashley's already got it completely figured out.
I would agree. I've seen stranger things happen, but Ashley looks very, very confident out there right now. She looks like she's in her comfort zone. Ashley's looking just a little bit deflated. And I'll be honest, it would deflate me too, watching my opponent just hit the pocket time after time after time if I feel like I don't have much of a look.
You know, and this is where all the winning just kind of compounds itself, and the confidence and the feeling of knowing how to win. It's almost like watching the sprinters in the Olympics. Once they get ahead of their competition, they can just kind of shut it down and hold them off, and know that they have that extra gear if somebody challenges them. And that's what we're seeing Ashley Dunn do to Haley Rubin right here.
It's a little different dynamic, though, with Ashley. She looks more like, I mean, she looks like a closer in baseball. It's like she smells blood right now, and she has been relentless ever since she made that little bit of an adjustment in the middle of that first game to get her ball to finish a little stronger in the pocket, and she has just pounded the 1-3 for the last, I mean, it's really been a game and a half, all 2 games so far.
And really, like I said, in all of the preliminary matches that we had, what have we had, 15 matches? This is the first match where I've really felt strongly that somebody has an extreme upper hand over their opponent.
And Ashley's doing the one thing that we were talking about in the last match, in the boys' match, and even in the boys' matches earlier, is she smells blood, and right now she is stepping on the throat. Whereas we really didn't see that before, even with Greg, you know, and Aaron, and I mean, a little bit with Cameron, you saw it in his match earlier today. He had that killer instinct that it looks like Ashley Dunn has right now, and there's just no let up at all with how Ashley's throwing the ball. It doesn't matter how much she's up right now. Same routine, same killer face, same intense face. Same result.
Oh, man. 5-bagger. Little fist. That's about all you're going to get from Ashley. Girls Championship match. Ashley Dunn up a game. A 5-bagger on the board. I don't recall seeing many 5-baggers here at Vanderbilt Hall.
Well, Zakatori, I think, has the record. I think did he shoot 290? Or it was 290 or 279. I can't remember. He went spare and then a bunch of strikes in a row. And Ashley Dunn threatening to take over that record this game right here.
Yeah, Haley's still got the highlight reel going. She's 245, a little move, and she's 6'10". Lead is at 59 right now after 5 frames for Ashley Dunn. Can make it 69 here with a strike in the 6th. And there is absolutely no rush in Ashley Dunn right now. She hasn't changed a thing. Nothing much has changed in the result either.
Ashley Dunn putting an exclamation point on a girls' championship, setting herself up to face Greg Young for a $64,000 scholarship prize. And I believe it was Midtown Manhattan where the phrase "getting run over" was coined.
See, no, I'm not as astute as you guys are in this situation. She's halfway there. Is it now that you can start to talk about it?
I don't think you can ever talk about it until the 10th.
Well, Ashley puts a strike there. I mean, that does set up the back 7 for Haley. If something were to befall Ashley Dunn, I mean, Haley at least gave herself a chance to go off the sheet. That's the only possibility. 231 is what Haley can shoot, and with a 6-bagger, that already puts Ashley in the 240s. Seventh frame, Ashley Dunn, front 6. Come on, dead label, front 7 for Ashley Dunn.
It's been a long time since I've watched a female bowler, of any bowler this young, have that kind of a killer instinct.
And she's completely shut the crowd up.
She has just dominated. She has just absolutely dominated this match. If it weren't for a couple of carry breaks she could have gotten in the first game, I mean, she'd be looking at 500 and change for 2.
Yeah, and that was needed by Rubin if she had any hope.
Well, I think we know which pattern Greg Young's going to pick if he wins the coin flip. It's not going to be short.
Grand Championship coming up next. Girls champion versus boys champion. $64,000 college scholarship. Make sure you join us back here at 7. We'll have our concluding match from Grand Central Terminal here on Extra Frame.
There's only a little bit of drama left here.
How about a big one?
But I would stay tuned.
How about a big one?
Based on those last, I'd even say 17 shots. I mean, she's made just some unbelievably great shots. And she's got this match well in hand, and you notice there's no rush still. Same pre-shot routine.
Folks are starting to gather behind as well. Front 7, Ashley Dunn. 2012 Team Masters Girls Championship match.
How's that look?
Oh, good shot. Didn't have quite the finish. 7-10, and a big run has ended for Ashley Dunn.
And we did see her kick the 10 over before, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe this time. If she can't shoot 300, maybe she'll make a 710.
Give it a run. No, a little too much.
A little too much oomph on that one. It was an impressive run, though. She threw the back 4 and then the front 11 this game, front 7 this game for 11 in a row.
Best Rubin can do is 211.
I think it's safe to say Ashley Dunn can get 7 pins in 2 frames.
Yeah. Love the spirit of Rubin. And I tell you what, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to find the finest New York deli. And in Haley's honor, I'm going to enjoy a Rubin. I don't care how they spell it in this town.
Absolutely. You're going to do the left-hand fist pump when you eat it, too?
I'm going to. And with any luck, there'll be dressing going right down my arm all the way to the elbow. Home stretch. Ashley Dunn can take a victory lap here. with one of those, it'll
All
be
the
official.
adrenaline has officially been drained out of Ashley Dunn. She doesn't need it anymore now for another couple hours at least. 7 p.m. tonight, the Grand Championship for $64,000.
Dunn and Young, don't miss it. Come on back, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, when Extra Frame will proudly present the Grand Championship match here at the Teen Masters 2012. Congratulations to boys champion Greg Young. And congratulations to girls champion Ashley Dunn, 2012 Teen Masters Under 18 girls champion. Fantastic performance here in the championship match. Opening game winner, 206 to 165, and then reeled the front 7. Ashley Dunn will take on Greg Young in our Grand Championship.
A lot riding on that coin flip to decide what pattern they're going to use. But there's one thing that you have to remember, especially with a higher rev player like Greg Young. He will have a tendency to break down lanes a lot quicker than what Ashley Dunn is used to. So it's not a foregone conclusion. There's no foregone conclusion about who's going to win that match, no matter which pattern it gets chosen. Greg's not used to how Ashley would break a lane down. Ashley's not used to having a higher rev player break the lanes down the way that Greg would. So, although I do very much agree with you, Jason, that on the longer pattern there is a distinct advantage for Greg, and on the shorter pattern a distinct advantage, at least right away, at least early, for Ashley.
Whips the 6 around the 10.
2 games, 22 first ball shots. She's missed the pocket twice. She's left 2 pocket splits. She's about to bowl in the upper 440s for 2 games.
Strike for 243 to go with her 206, and Ashley Dunn sweeps Haley Rubin in 2 straight and earns the title 2012 Teen Masters Under 18 Girls Champion. We look forward to our Grand Championship match as Ashley will face boys U18 champion Greg Young. That'll come up, as we said, 7 o'clock. Come on back. 243.
And Jay, do you get to interview the winner?
Yeah, let me head down there as Haley finishes up.
Is that going to be your job?
I will take on the responsibility as Haley Rubin, a very impressive performance and a runner-up finish in the Girls' Championship. Congratulations also to Haley Rubin and her great cadre of fans.
Wow. Solid 8. Haley getting lined up, just too little, too late.
She went through the same process as Ashley, except for Ashley got close a little earlier.
And just got there quicker, that's all.
And I believe the phrase is too little, too late.
That's it. See Haley's cheering section back there. Their handmade signs. It's a great tournament for Haley. She came in as a distinct number 2 seed, and that's exactly where she's going to finish in the girls' portion. They're throwing just another one of those weak wall 7-pins for 189. Ashley Dunn has defeated Haley Rubin 2 games to none. 206, 165 in game 1, 243, 189 in game 2. And she will go on to face Greg Young in the Grand Championships at 7 o'clock for $64,000.
And we're going to throw it down to Mike J., who's with our winner, Ashley Dunn. Mike J.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is proud for me to present the 2012 Teen Masters Girls U18 Champion, Miss Ashley Dunn. Congratulations. You're a monster on the short pattern. What was the look and what was your line? And you had 11 strikes in a row.
From the beginning, I wasn't getting a lot of carry, so I ended up moving out a little bit, throwing it up like 3 and throwing it a little harder than I was at the beginning.
You know, Greg Young is out there, and he's waiting. He's waiting for you in the Grand Championship match, a chance to win $64,000, and it's you and it's Greg Young. Right here in New York City, your first trip here, how does that make you feel?
I was here last year, but I wasn't here in the high school division, so I didn't get to do this like this. So just getting to do this is an amazing accomplishment.
Because you're the 2-time defending champion, but first time in the upper division, so congratulations. And looking ahead, what pattern are you going to choose if you have the opportunity to do so in the Grand Championship?
Probably short.
We were speculating on that, and we thank you for making us look really smart in the booth. Ashley Dunn, congratulations. We will see you back here at 7 o'clock. Gentlemen, this is the baddest lady on the planet. 7 medals at the Tournament of the Americas, and Greg Young is going to have a handful coming up live on Extra Frame at 7 o'clock.